Residents of Linmeyer are frustrated by a week without water and pleading for intervention. They're accusing City Power and Rand Water for playing the blame game over their outages. Our reporter Zola Sholwana is watching this for us, and she joins us from the community there. And Zola, many residents telling you from early this morning that despite their attempts to approach authorities themselves, they're still without answers.
Yes, you're right, Ayanda. Earlier on, we spoke to, residents expressing themselves, saying that this is not acceptable. I mean, it's been over 6 days without water, and last week it was 6 days without electricity. So something needs to be done. We are outside Rand Water right now, and this is where they decided to demonstrate yesterday, demanding answers, because they thought that if they don't make their way to these gates, then nothing will be done about their water crisis. They said they spoke to a gentleman yesterday who is a representative of Rand Water, who promised them that this morning they will wake up, when they wake up this morning rather, their taps will have water. And well, we are here and they still don't have water, and they are still demanding answers. But let me introduce a councillor who was part of a meeting, or rather who's been in talks with Rand Water. Ma'am, thank you very much for your time. You are the one that has been, been in the forefront of this whole thing, representing residents. What is the update?
Thank you, ma'am, for having me. I'm Faiza Chaim, the ward councillor for Ward 56. We've been here yesterday afternoon with a whole lot of residents from Ward 56 and Ward 57. They're without electricity now for 6 days, as you said. Yesterday afternoon when we were here, we've spoken to one of the representatives, Mr. Vusi, and he said to us, like last night, they will open up some of the valves and people will have water. Today is Saturday. People are still sitting without water. People are disgruntled. That's why we are here now. They have sent us a message that we will have a virtual meeting this afternoon, but up until this hour there's been no feedback from them whether we will have the meeting or whether we will not have the meeting. So that is a big issue for us. Our old age homes are sitting without water. Our schools had to close down. The clinic is without water, and this is unacceptable.
Now, Ayanda, earlier on, before we made our way to Rand Water, we actually went to their closest reservoir, and we saw that water was pumping, and that's where Joburg Water people were exiting with their vans. And now residents were saying, clearly, Joburg Water is doing its job, but now Rand Water is not really playing their part in this case, because if water is pumping, then there's hope that, they might get water pretty soon. But now if Rand Water is not saying anything on their end, then they are pretty hopeless at this point. We were then informed that they are certain that today residents will have water, and Rand Water will then speak to us and, issue out a statement, basically confirming everything later on today.
Sholwana, live to us there from Linmeyer. It's in the south of Johannesburg. For now, thanks very much indeed.